Yo, welcome to React Kingdom. It's your boy Bobby Kings, your African based reactor. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate your first time. Don't forget to subscribe. Welcome to the royal family, the royal gang, bro. So actually today we are going to to do to the special request. This link was sent to me inbox by one of my subscribers, and my goodness, the email follows. Yeah, please, Bobby Kings, react to this one and don't get mad. It's just comedy. Watch this with an open mind. Enjoy. Ooh. Okay, you right? Let's see.
She molded me. What an experience. The Africans don't be out there fucking with the lions. They ask him, Mr. Matumbu, why you don't play with the lion? I'm not fucking with that motherfucker. Fuck him and fuck you. That shit is not in the brochure. I'm not doing that shit. When my shift is over, I want to go home to my children, Mangulu, Mungala, and oof, 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 oof. I can't do it fucking with that. When the shit out, you better come. I will leave you in the car. Is rules. Ain't no African people here, is it? Are you African, dog? My bad. I want to piss you off and you, motherfucker.
Okay, let's keep being open minded.
You know what's fucked up? African people don't like black people. Y'all know they treat.
Holy moly, which year was this produced? Which year was this produced? I really want, bro, I really want to know this. Which year was this produced? Jesus Christ.
Treat us like shit. They talk down on us. They think they better than us. And I don't understand because we from the same tribe, kind of. But they like white people, though. They treat y'all like family. As soon as y'all come around, they get excited. Excuse me, Mr. White Man. Thank you for bringing us here.
My God. I feel that this brother, which year was this? Because this looks so backward according to me. This looks so out of place in this generation. Oh God, I don't know how I feel right now. I really don't know what I feel right now because I don't expect someone, no matter how funny it is, to say such words. This just looks so wrong in so many different levels.
We love you. Yeah, the white man. As soon as they see us, they get an attitude. Hey, how you doing? This nigga. We don't like the black man in the.
First of all, I don't know what the experience of racism is. I cannot put myself in their shoes. But here, the one nigga is not really like that offensive to anyone. There are different things that you can call someone and get them mad, but that one, not really. So him saying an African guy calling him this nigga is offensive. Okay, it might be offensive to him. This runs from one person to another. Secondly, be open-minded. It's just comedy. It's just comedy.
America, motherfucker, you don't work, you don't do shit. We don't like you, you black motherfucker. Like, who are you calling black, motherfucker? I'm brown, you midnight. Who the fuck are you calling black?
No, that first of all, I say that cannot come from an African saying you're black. It's not really something. I don't think an African guy can say that because we don't call each other black. We call each other according to nationalities or tribes. If you're an African, I will tell you I'm an African. If you're an African, maybe a Nigerian, a Cameroonian, Burkina I will tell you I'm Kenyan. I won't say I'm black or insult the other person is black. I don't see that making sense to me, but it's comedy, it really doesn't have to make sense. It's just made to be funny. But I don't think African call others or each other black. No. African is African. You may be from North Africa, South Africa, East African, West Africa, Central Africa. You're just African. When we meet black men, or by which I don't really believe you are black, because we are all kind of shades of black, from the darkest person all to the lightest person. So if you describe African as being black, it's quite wrong. It's wrong. African is African. Forget about the the quantity of melanin on his skin. All depends on some with tribe, regions, a lot of stuff depend on it. But nah. I'm kind of offended by this.
Like, nigga, if you stood up against a building, you'd look like an alley. Who the fuck are you calling black? This shit is unjust. African men don't understand why when they come to America, they have a hard time getting American pussy. You can't be that aggressive with American women, especially black women. You gotta know how to talk. You gotta come correct. Motherfuckers in Africa is used to having their way. They got 15 wives and shit. And African women are very obedient. They tell their women what to do. It's not.
That's misinformation. That's total misinformation. If there is someone, they will. It all depends how you approach a woman in Africa. Tell you a fact. You can go to someone with your arrogance. These African women can abuse you and disgrace you to the highest level, bro. No matter how innocent they may look, think twice.
Not even the issue. Bitch, when they come home, I don't know why they do that. You better clean this shit from the floor. They be in the club stalking women out here. You can't even see them. They be as black as my jacket. You just see the yellow of their eyes from a distance. Looking like Congo in the bush. As soon as you go buy your drink, they jump out the shadows and scare the shit out you. Bitch, what is your name? Come here. Don't run from me. You're going to be my wife. Monaya, Monaya. Mananwanyan. They're hunters. It's instant.
White people, when y'all...
What's the name of that guy? What's the name of that guy? I have seen different comedians, African comedians, making fun of African Americans, but I've never seen such level of disrespect. Yeah. Okay.
Get mad at us. Please stop saying this shit. Why don't you go back to Africa? What? How the fuck we gonna go back to some shit we ain't never been to? Y'all act like we born with maps of that motherfucker in our head. Like we'll just land over there. Take me to Shambuku's house. Now go down 3 elephants, make a left at the...
Yeah, this is funny. To me, this is funny because maybe I can relate with it. The other one, maybe because I can't relate with it, it doesn't make sense to me.
Line. The nigga over there, he over there. We don't ask y'all to go back to England. Y'all ain't from this motherfucker either. Yeah, so why don't you go to bloody England? Go on and go, cocksucker. I ain't going back to Africa. No. Because some of them Africans do not like us. Black America.
Where do they get that information from? First of all, Eddie Griffith, this I think is a long time ago. These guys, I don't think they were exposed to internet. We have, we have. In fact, Ghana has a year of return. They celebrate Black America, not really Black America, but blacks who. No, I should not call them blacks because it doesn't make sense. Africans in the diaspora who come back to Africa, our lost brothers and sisters who come back home. There is a year of return. Who said Africans don't like them? Where do they get this information from? People are so much misinforming. Can you just visit and see for yourself? Can't you just visit? You lack exposure. It's not like me talking about how maybe certain country is so maybe anti-black and I've never been there. Let's say one of these innocent countries that we know, maybe Luxembourg or Fiji, that I have not been there, and then I'm here saying how bad the situation there is, how Fiji don't like Africans, and I've not been there. You need to go and experience, even if someone tells you something. Everybody has his own perspective in life, but you can't judge someone without, giving him the credit of doubt. Even going for judgment, you just have to be listened to before the judge makes, declares a sentence. Africans don't. Bro, wrap that shit out of your mind, man.
Americans that can't stand us. From the East Coast, you know what I'm talking about. I was in D.C. on tour, right? First time I went there. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to go out and see the city. So I jumped in the cab, because, nigga was broke at the time. Wasn't no TV show or limo, nigga. It was taxi. So I wanted to go see the White House, the Capitol, and Internal Revenue Service building. Just in case they overtax a nigga, I know what building to blow the fuck up. So I'm in the cab. The motherfucking cab driver had the audacity to turn around and say, "You're not too rich, you know, black man." You want to run that by me again, bro? I said, "You're not too rich, you know, black man." I said, "How black I gotta be, motherfucker? Just cause you one of the niggas that got away?" Cause white people, when y'all ancestors came to pick us up, y'all wasn't looking for little bony, brother.
First of all, that accent is Jamaican, not African. What? There is one thing I really don't understand. First of all, I don't understand why we have to create. I know when, there is always sibling rivalry, but it's not to be shown to the world because it doesn't make sense. It's a family issue. If we are Africans, we have our own issues. We don't really have to expose everything to the world. I understand it's comedy, but I don't understand how people just can't live together. You don't have to, have the same ideologies, but at least, you should have something in common. By common meaning, same ancestry.
Y'all was looking for big cotton picking motherfuckers, and them little bony ones over in Africa set us up. You don't want me. Look at me, cough all the time, got one nut. Shambuku over there, big and strong. Me seen him pick up a whole oak tree by himself. I help you catch him. I'm sitting in the back getting mad, the motherfucker. I said, "Who winning in this situation, motherfucker? You driving me to the White House." When he pulled in front of the White House, he looked in the back seat. All he seen was an open door. I was gone. Didn't pay for shit. Yelled back at the cab. Now go back to Africa and tell them how a nigga done your ass wrong.
You can't use that against Africans. That was a Jamaican accent. No.
Uppity motherfucker.
Whoa, now we are at Trevor Noah. Let me see what Trevor Noah is going to talk about Africa. Why? First, he's an African. He has lived here. He understands us, and he has lived in America. He understands them. So let me compare the two worlds of comedy by Black Americans by Africans. I know a lot of Africans who have good comedy about Black Americans but I've never been offended by just I'm going to say it by like the first guy. That first guy really messed me up. I didn't like it at all.
We've got the best politicians in the world out here. You know, we don't appreciate that. They've got the flair, man. They've got that whole vibe. I love it. I love it. And I think sometimes we are a bit hard on them, you know, based on how they speak, which is sometimes not fair, you know. I mean, we do give it to them a bit. Like, I mean, Julius, at the end of the day, he says stupid things, but then you get people that judge our politicians because of how...
You know, yeah, Trevor being a South African, I understand him joking about the Kenyan not really Kenyan, but African politician, South African politician, Malema, one of the funniest guys and genius too in South Africa. I love that guy. Sorry about that. I love about that guy. That guy is funny naturally, and his concept and his mindset is of a different level.
How they sound, you know, forgetting that at the end of the day there is such a thing as a black accent. We seem to have forgotten that, you know. So now the black accent has automatically been associated with stupidity, and it shouldn't be the case, because there's French accents, you know, there's Indian accents, there's Chinese accents, and then there should be a black accent, you know. That's the way it should be, yeah. But we forget that. It just gets associated with that, you know. People try and change it. You get people changing it all the time. How people pronounce things. When a French person says it, it's sexy. It has that je ne sais quoi. They can say anything, you know. They can be like, I've been really impressed with your...
First, I have to say this. At least even if you have to make jokes, try to look for words that really make sense. Like the first one, Eddie Griffith, and the first comedian who I really don't know who that is. When they tried to use African names, there was not even one single African name or language or word they really used. They just threw in blabbing left, right, and center, Matumbo, or wherever, which doesn't really make sense. If you have to make comedy about French people, at least throw some 2-3 words about French. If you have to criticize Nigerians, try to learn their accent, try to learn 1 or 2 words. It's not expensive, we have internet. If you have to joke about Kenyans, try your best to sound like Kenya or someone who you know from Kenya. Right? That makes sense to me.
Impressed with the management of the company. We'll be like, oh wow, take me now, Jean-Pierre, take me now.
You know, Trevor, I love the way Trevor presents his comedy. It's like giving a true story. You feel and you know, get yourself into it. And his transitions are always genius also.
But then a black guy will say the same thing and we'll judge them. I've been very impressed with the management of the company itself. And we'll be like, no, Chabu. It's not management, it's management. Yeah?
What's wrong with people? I sometimes don't understand. Why do you have to correct me how I pronounce a word? It's not offensive in any way. And secondly, ebu kachaja for bro. Nige charge inazima. Yalapi. Iko hapa chini. Sometimes I don't understand how we try to correct someone's, you know, pronunciation, because it's not a mistake, because someone pronounce some words funny according to his, origin, or let's say place of birth, or he speaks different languages. Like personally, I speak four: English, Swahili, my mother tongue, actually more than several, like four, five, six. I think six languages: English, Swahili, Kamba, Luya, Sheng, and Kikuyu. Those are six languages. And if I pronounce a word funny, it doesn't really mean I don't understand. I'm stupid. No, I don't. It's not like testing my intelligence by pronouncing words funny. It's just that I'm speaking them according to my own terms and how my tongue can handle the word. That's it. In my mind, I'm pronouncing it to the perfect level that I ever have.
Management. Management. No, no, no. Management. Management. Close. Management. Management. Well done, Jabu. Now you're saying it properly. Well done. You see, at this rate, hold on. What's that, Sarah? Oh, so they won the election. Oh, by majority. So the country's theirs now? Okay, thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Jabu, management. Now teach me.
I wish I never traveled for real, because I would like to just never had travel.
Patrick Noel. I've never heard this guy before. It's my first time now. Interesting. Let me see what he has.
Outside this country, and then I could hate America and be happy. You know what I'm saying? But I traveled, and now it's like I like America, but I still hate. It's weird. I hate it, but it's nowhere better because all I got to really deal with is racist crackers like that, and that's it's funny because like black people really don't look at white people with like you're the oppressor anymore. It's just something we do. It's just like we like not liking white people, and white people like not liking us. That's just what we do. It's just because I'm not going nowhere, and I'll kill a motherfucker. He tell me to go like back to Africa. But listen, I'm talking to black people. Stop that fucking horse shit. That go back to Africa shit. First of all, Africans.
Wait a minute. Do Africans tell African Americans go back to Africa? That doesn't make sense.
Don't like black people. That's first one. They don't like us. And what the fuck am I gonna do in Africa? Besides fighting some war, wearing sweatpants and tuxedo shoes with a fucking with a fucking machete in my hand with a pair of fucking tuxedo shoes and a knife and fighting some goofy ass fucking war. Fuck it.
Whoa. I now understand why my guy just said I should come in with an open mind. Because this is total madness. 100% total madness. The only person I can say to me made sense there is Trevor. The rest, you really need to explore. You have the money right now. You really need to explore. I remember one time I was watching an old video of Steve Harvey who was talking about Africa full of animals and wherever. But when he came to do Family Feud in South Africa and Ghana, he went home with a very different mindset and thinking how he's coming to invest in Africa, because there is 1,001 opportunities here. But the amount of misinformation I've had in that kind of comedy and giving that information to the next generation is totally unacceptable. It doesn't really matter if it's comedy or not. If you have to make comedy with things which are realistic and truthful. stereotypes that are worth it. That's all I can say, bro. That's all I can say. Let your stereotypes make sense. That's it. Anyway, thank you so much for being with me. I truly, truly appreciate it. It's your first time. Don't forget to subscribe. Welcome to the Royal family. This is the Royal Gang, bro. It's your boy Bobby Gangs. I tap out.